Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT rostermania. Zekken has practically confirmed that NRG indeed are forming the team we expected them to, but also Marved saying that Evil Geniuses is not where he is planning to go. Does that only leave Sentinels as his last option in North America? Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that one. Loads of new subs yesterday as well. Smash through 33,000 subscribers, getting like probably 10k subs in the last 3 weeks or so. Just phenomenal scenes. Let's keep on going. Firstly, this from Ominous about the APAC region, because of course many players, the likes of Derek Truong, the agent of many of these guys, that is probably getting the absolute bag. In other regions, these agents are less common, such that certain organizations are trying to, screw these players over, pressure them, force them into signing contracts, because a lot of these players don't have the experience. It's a crazy thing in esports where some of these guys are so young, if they don't have an agent to kind of give them some advice and to look over some of these contracts, then people can get like brought into contract jail for several years. We've even seen it in North America the last couple of seasons. Hopefully that can kind of resolve itself, or some agents get over there and deal with some of these organizations doing some shady stuff, unfortunately. Speaking of South America then, Crew Esports, what is their plan going forwards? Because Crew of course had the kind of like at the Argentinian, Chilean roster last season. Now they're signing at Zans from NIP, I believe. So this is pretty interesting if he's going to join. Are they going to go down like a Brazilian team route going forwards? So look, I guess we'll go on to see. But they're potentially, that's going to be their first signing. We've seen that others, the likes of cNed and the like, are exploring their options in North America and Europe as well. So yeah, these teams are really making moves. Of course, mostly we focus here on what's going on in the North American side, but also in South America, Latin America, Brazil, there's a lot going on there as well. So this is potentially just one example. Another example, of course, the Loud team. Every day that goes past, it becomes arguably less and less likely that the team will stay together. We haven't had a confirmation yet, but we've seen many players take Loud and other elements of Loud out of their bio. We now get Sadak here saying disband. So we theorized that of course their coach was gone for some reason, and then we thought, of course, it's the World Championship winning team on an organization that got through to franchising. If there was one organization in the world you would expect to keep their roster going forwards, it would probably have been Loud. And they also have resources, but maybe they couldn't offer the money or whatever the situation is, such that these guys are looking for other opportunities. Of course, the thing is, if you win champs, all of your players are going to get big offers. You're going to have to offer them big money to stay, and seems like maybe they've made the call now to chalk it up and disband. Some of these guys I'm sure will stay on Loud, but maybe the star players might get poached to go elsewhere. Even as Sassy says, it was always a pleasure to play alongside Sadak and Aspas, right, and these other guys, monsters as well. I just had fun today. Hope you enjoyed watching anyway. So yeah, kind of saying that it's going to be all done and dusted. Now, George Geddes kind of says it's a joke for now. He'd report it if it was true, but I don't know. There's a lot of implications right now. This might indeed be happening. There might not be official confirmation from anyone, but yeah, it definitely seems unlikely right now that Loud will still stay together for the upcoming season. Let's talk North America then. Firstly, Sentinels, Weltis, who came in as one of their analysts for the end of the season, he's now effectively been released from the team. His contract has not been renewed. He's looking for opportunities going into next season, so definitely a full clear out that Sentinels are doing. Not saying Weltis was bad or anything, of course, but they've brought in their own kind of coach and analyst, well, coach and sub-coach, I suppose, in Psycho and Kaplan respectively, and they're going to make the call on if they want an analyst or what exactly they're planning to do there going forwards, and they're going to get the guys in that they know and trust and are experienced with. So Weltis looking for other opportunities as well. Now, speaking of Sentinels, quick update here. Of course, we talked about this a couple of times now. ShahZaM kind of saying that, wow, he found out that he wasn't going to be a part of Sentinels anymore while he was live on stream. Rob Moore responded to say, yes, they did tell ShahZaM, and, they definitely told him that he potentially wasn't going to get re-signed. I did think ShahZaM's response here was interesting, though, because as he says, kind of going counter to what Rob Moore, the CEO, has to say here, really. He says, people seem to be misunderstanding this tweet. I was never told there will be no contract renewal. In fact, I was originally told the opposite. So he's basically saying that they told him he was going to be staying, at least at one point. I was told to wait for a follow-up as they decide what to do, saying that they weren't sure, right? Like, he was told that they weren't sure what they were doing, but he was kind of thinking more on the lines of they would be keeping him. Instead of hearing anything from the org, I learned from the article during the clip. So yeah, Rob Moore and the kind of Sentinels guys were trying to defend their decision-making here, but ShahZaM's like, look, I was told that certainly he wasn't told that he was going to be gone, and they'd made that call and still didn't tell him before the article was released. Obviously, they've made the call before George Geddes gets the leak, gets the scoop, and while I do think that ShahZaM probably should have known that he was going to be out the door anyway, I still do think this doesn't look great on Sentinels, and they've done this a couple of times now. Zoms even gave a similar example not that long ago. So yeah, pretty interesting response here from ShahZaM that a few people missed that came out yesterday. Let's talk this then. So Sentinels also bring in Zekken to the team. Tarek actually did a great interview here with Zekken as well. I wanted to share a little bit from this also because firstly he mentions that yes, the team that he believes they're going to be forming, effectively confirming they've got the team locked in. Zekken is very confident in the team they are forming. We will probably see further leaks and announcements here over the coming days if indeed they do have the 5 that they want ready to go and the contracts are potentially in the process of getting signed. But also saying that NRG, the big team, wants to beat next season pretty much because they are the OpTic core. That has now been leaked and practically confirmed here by Zekken.
Do you think that with this new team that results will come fast, or you think it'll be like the Sentinels fans they're dying for results, like they want wins. Do we see it happening sooner than later?
I think with the roster that I'm aware of, I think it's
the roster you're aware of.
I think fans should get excited.
But is there a team in NA that you really want to beat down that's in the franchise league, like EG or 100 Thieves or whoever?
I would say NRG, just because they have the OpTic core and we've always been rivals for a while, but also like way back in the day I trialed for Envy and they said no to me, so I'm always gonna have that chip on my shoulder when I play them.
Ooh, a little bit of juice there. Okay, so NRG, we're coming for that ass then.
So pretty funny really how this works out, because Zekken I believe was the first man to leak this on stream, that it was going to be FNS, Victor, Crashies and co over there at NRG going forwards. We now think that Artis is going to join and Som is going to stay, but even though that's still a rumour, Zekken has practically confirmed there in the announcement video that is exactly what NRG are planning to do going forwards. Now the other side of the story there, of course, with the NRG stuff is where is Marved going to go? Zekken says join Sentinels. Marved, of course, said welcome in the reply. Now I believe Zekken even said in his video a couple of days ago, like he was leaking it and he said it's going to be Zekken, it's going to be BCJ, and then I think he said Marved and TenZ as well joining. But again, Marved on stream last night practically, well, he said very explicitly that Evil Geniuses is not where he's going to go. He may have had an offer from EG, but he's either turned it down and says, look, no disrespect to EG, but that's not what I'm doing.
Y'all think I'm joining EG? I'm not. Okay, I'll tell you I'm not joining EG. Nothing against EG, but like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So what are his statements there? No disrespect to EG, but I'm going elsewhere. Effectively saying, like, they don't offer enough money, right? And this is the thing with Ye. The first organization that Ye said that he's not going to join was Evil Geniuses. In the early days, he was like, look, I'm not going to say anything, guys, but obviously OpTic are gone, and there are other options that probably weren't going to be on the table for him either. Of course, 100 Thieves could have been a choice, but Cryo went there instead. Cloud9 eventually is where Ye has gone, but he said the first thing he said on stream was that he's not going to join EG, and now Marved saying a similar thing, that EG Marved is not going to be a thing no matter what, like a, maybe contract perspective, or because he has a better offer elsewhere. The thing is though, if he's not going to EG, like that leaves effectively one team. He's not going to go to Cloud9, we know their roster. He's not going to go to 100 Thieves, we know their roster. Bang is staying there as their controller. That's been confirmed by Asuna, and I believe that's what the team is planning to do. NRG, of course, is still getting Som. Potentially he can maybe still go there, right? I don't really know what the situation is. Like maybe Som will be the 6th man or something. Like Marved could end up joining them, but like, I don't know, why would he not just go already if he wanted to? Maybe he's just fielding offers still from Sen and from NRG potentially, and then he might join the team because he probably would like obviously like to still join those OpTic guys over at that core, but if he gets the Sen offer, then maybe it's a different story. But the whole Sen thing is a bit weird because the Marved and TenZ stuff that we discussed yesterday. So what exactly is happening there, who knows, but like those are the only offers now, right? Either NRG, which has not been rumored or really talked about at all, or Sentinels. Like those are the only two, unless he goes to Europe or something, which like, maybe he could do that or whatever, but, why maybe just better to join EG in that situation. So very strange set of circumstances, but Marved pretty much seemingly confirming he's going to go to Sentinels, and if that's the case, then is TenZ going to be there? And that's also the big question, because, I don't know, like a lot of people say right now it's rather unlikely TenZ is going to be still on the team, and we've heard Dephh and Zekken and these other names linked, but we really haven't heard TenZ linked at all to that new team, and and with the entirely new coaching staff, like they may have a very different philosophy on how they want to build a winning team from the ground up. So definitely tweet your thoughts in the comment section below. Just to say this quickly here from Ched, I thought was interesting on the best players in North America that he has not yet coached, saying that Leaf, Derek, and Cryo, of course the latter two of those over on the 100 Thieves team and Leaf on Cloud9, are the three best. Interesting really that, he doesn't mention someone like Asuna, but still a pretty good list of three. Definitely tweet your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, take care, and I'll see you next time.